Hey guys, Aaron Pratt here. This is my week 3 discussion, developing a connected learning model. This week's prompt starts off with a fairly bold statement that our schools need to change. We need to make the classroom a place that is tailored to the way connected learners learn. Um, I say that as a bold statement because it just flat out comes out and says that we need to make a change. To which I say, I agree. Um, the way we run things will continue to work, but with the ever-changing technologies, I don't see a reason why we should not develop with them. It then poses the questions: can we accomplish that change through collaboration and community? Now, I assume this question is geared toward online collaboration and community, because I believe that a good teacher has collaboration and community within their classroom. That's part of the way we're set up. That's part of the way we learn. You've got table groups, you've got partner talking, you've got working with, a friend or a group or whatever. So collaboration and community is a part of what we do, which leads me to assume that question is meant through an online collaboration and community. It then poses the second question: do you believe that to remain effective for today's learners, we must change the way we teach and the way we learn to provide them time for deep conversation and reflection? Um, so let's start with that first question. Can we accomplish changing the classroom needs through collaboration and community? I feel like in part I've answered that already. We already collaborate, we already have community. That's part of developing a good classroom. If we're talking about the online sense, um, my answer would be yes and no. Um, and now keep in mind this is coming from an elementary school teacher, but and an elementary school teacher in what is predominantly a Title I area, so fairly low income surrounding us. And if we're going to talk about collaborating and creating community online, first off, it's going to be a struggle to create an online community, especially the younger you get. Sixth grade, fifth grade might be getting to the point that they could, but you would definitely have a lot of parental support from home. Um, and getting any younger than that, especially when you get down into the primary K1, 2, I just don't think there's any form of online collaboration and community that would be effective. It's more about the in-person collaboration and community. Now, if you go older than that, when you get into junior high and especially high school, then yes, absolutely, I think that it is possible to develop a good online community for these kids to participate in. But coming from an elementary background, I would say the majority of my answer to that question is no. I don't feel that you can solely rely on online collaboration to be effective for the classroom. And then the second question: do you believe that to remain effective to today's learners, we must change the way we teach and the way we learn to provide time for deep conversation and reflection? Um, Again, yes, in ideal, this is something that we need to do. And creating an online community for them to collaborate and reflect and share their ideas and present is brilliant, because that takes care of some of the stuff that you would have needed classroom time for, and gives you more time in class to actually work with the learners. Um, but again, in practice, especially working in a low income Title I area, and with elementary kids who may or may not have the wherewithal, the hardware, the software, the knowledge to do what you need them to do, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. So I think that you need to find a very good blended approach. I don't know that you can expect that kind of environment for every student. Now, I know that there are online charters set up out there that do this period the end. That is how they work. And I think if you're enrolling your kid in that kind of school, then you're going to have the parental support necessary to make this happen. But I think for the grand population, it's just not in the foreseeable future. It would be ideal, and I believe it is the direction we're going. Um, and I do believe that we need to start with a blended approach, but I don't think that it's going to happen anytime soon that we move to any sort of reliance upon that until we can have some kind of certainty that every kid's going to have a device at home, every kid's going to have the right software, every kid's going to have the parental support to handle that much collaboration outside of the classroom. Uh, Thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing your responses.